Here is an epic video from my childhood.
Oh, did I scare you? No, you're not a freaking baby, okay? You're a freaking grown up, and I trust you, and I love you. Hey, everybody, welcome to Get Up with Josh Dohy, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. Hello, everybody, welcome to episode 10, reaching the end of this 10-episode commitment, but that does not mean that I'm going to be quitting with these episodes anytime soon. My initial goal was to do 10 episodes, 1 episode a week, and bada bing, bada boom, we're here, we've done it. That is so fucking cool. Wow, you're so fucking cool. You may as well wear some freaking sunglasses. Whack, whack, whack. Wow. Did you guys enjoy that 10 seconds of me being cool? Because I really enjoyed being cool because I've never been cool before, and I just wanted to hang out with the cool kids. And hey everyone. Okay, so little update. Little state check on where I'm at. So doing much better than episode 9. Dude, that was such an emo episode. Holy fuck. So I just got a new job at a casual fine dining place. I'm not going to specify the name because, you know, what if somebody time travels back in time, comes through with the Back to the Future car and runs me over at my job? I just hit the mic. Sorry, Mike. Big kiss for the mic. Actually, that's my best friend. But anyways, I got this new job at this casual fine dining place, and part of our training today, I've never been a server before. It's my first time ever doing any kind of a server gig. Part of our training today was wine tasting. Whoa, I am fucking destroyed right now. Dude, at my job, dude, part of our job is to know these wines that we're tasting. You know, I got to understand the difference between a white and a red wine. Didn't know. Just kidding. I knew that there was a difference between the white and the red wine, but I didn't quite understand the full spectrum. I did not know that Malbecs were made exclusively in Argentina. I did not know that organic sucking a big dick. Organic wines were made in anywhere, and they plant crystals in the ground and say "I love you, I love you, I love you" until the grapes grow. What the frick? I had no idea that there were organic wines. Also, I had no idea that Parmesan cheese was fermented in the stomach of a cow. But we are learning things. We are growing. And dude, the 20s are crazy because every day is a brand new adventure. That's what adults say to me. I'm an adult. I'm 24, I guess. Prefrontal cortex, the front area of the brain. I don't know if it's finished developing yet, but anyways, I guess I would consider myself an adult, but the adults say that the 20s are a crazy year, and during the 20s, I picked up a server job at this place, tasting wines. Dude, holy shit, drank a lot of wine, and in fact, I came home, had a really nice bike ride home. I do not condone drunk driving anything. Yeah, kids listening, don't drive drunk. I don't think this is a mystery. This is no Scooby-Doo, huh? This is no mystery van. This is no pull off the mask and find out it's Old Man Crothers. This is not a mystery to you. You do not drive drunk, huh? We drill this head in. We drill this. We earth drill. We bore this lesson into you when you are a child and you grow up and you realize you do not drive when you're drunk, right? And I didn't. I bike. Don't know what the rules are around that, and damn, this could be incriminating in the future, but that was a really nice bike ride home. But damn, really embarrassed myself during the train today because when you're at a workplace, you get a job. You get a job when you're at a new workplace. I guess that's the whole story. That's it. Valentina's. Okay, so when you're at a workplace, you get the opportunity to reestablish yourself, to reinvent yourself. I could be Josh, the very calm guy. I could be like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Like I could literally just establish myself as, "Hey, Like I could establish myself as like the perma-fried white dude. We don't bring up skin color these days because, whoa, touchy subject. Anyway, do I get canceled for that? Hopefully not, because I stand with. Anyway, with Black Lives Matter, of course. There are two sides to this. It is the world versus racists, of course. Nothing to joke about there. Rest in peace, George Floyd, and everybody who's participating in the protests. Thank you, and you are making a change, right? Anyway, so when you're at a workplace, you get a brand new opportunity to reinvent yourself. You get to be anyone that you want to be, especially when you move to a new city and you get the new job, right? You can be Josh, the guy that chugs Valentina. Gulp, 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 gulp. This podcast brought to you by my kung fu shirt. You can get this in pink right now. It is my most famous shirt. Bestseller in Australia. So if you want to pull the chicks, or as most people say, if you would like to pull in the gender-neutral mates. If you want to pull in the gender-neutral mates, you can wear these great sexual shirts celebrating a threesome that I got into by accident during a going-away party of mine back in Calgary. Anyway, at this workplace, you get a chance to reinvent yourself, and I never do that. I am always Josh the Joker, Josh the loud boy. You know, I being myself is the way I seamlessly integrate into these settings, and by seamlessly integrate, I mean I continue to be myself, and people just kind of shape around me. They're like, oh, Josh is the crazy guy who likes to talk a lot. Yeah, I got a podcast that a few of my friends listen to, and that's great. And maybe more people will listen to it. Either way, does not matter to me. I mean, it would be nice to have a bigger audience. Cool. But either way, I'm fine just doing this. I like to vent. I like to tell jokes, but when you're at a workplace, oh god damn, it's hard to tell this story right now. When you're at a workplace, you can reinvent yourself, and I'm the fool again. I'm the fool again at the job. Oh, Josh is the Joker. He's a stand-up comedian. Tell us a joke, Josh. Hey, Josh, why don't you tell us about that time that the hottest girl in school caught you taking a poop in the woods and you ran away crying? Oh, I'm trying to write a comedy thing about that right now. Josh, why don't you tell us a joke about your time in New York when you were sliding along the grates and some guy walked past you and said, you're asking for it. And that's how I stopped sliding on the grates, because I realized you can fall through the grates. Can anybody even understand me? Nobody understands me. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Do you guys want some life advice? Gave you lots of life advice in episode 9, so if you want that, you can go back there. If you want some entertainment, you can stick right here, and maybe I'll get around to telling this story. Who knows? Anyway, made a real old fool of myself. Today, we're doing some wine tasting, and I've established myself as the funny guy and also the snapping finger gun guy. Whoa. Big surprise there. I like to snap. I don't know. When someone tells me to do something, I just snap my fingers and say, gotcha. So we were tasting some wines, and we got to the final wine. We were 6 wines in. Whoa. And we were not pouring 1 ounce glasses. We were pouring 3 ounce glasses, dude. We were pouring 3 ounce glasses. And so our team leader gave us some instructions, and I went to do the finger guns. Little did I know, I had the stem of the wine glass there. And as I did the finger guns, did not realize that this snapping sound comes from this finger hitting this part of your hand. I went, see how that fucking Valentina bottle got flicked down? Hopefully it didn't mess up the cords. So I did that with a glass of wine all over myself in front of all of my new coworkers. Ha 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 ha. Josh is the fool. Ha 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 ha. You know what happened? Everybody was chill about it. Everyone said, we're going to pretend that didn't happen, even though the person who was training us, shout out to you. I'm not going to say her name, not going to give out any info about you because I'm cool about that. She was like, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha, but then pretended to not see that. And everyone was like, we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Even though in my head, I was like, fuck, cannot believe how much of a fool I am right now. Because, dude, I have been snap finger gun guy all day. And then I drink 6 glasses of wine. Whoa. Drink 6 glasses of wine. And then, boom, that happened. So, whew, yeah, that got all over myself. Haven't even tossed it inside of the washing machine yet, even though you need to do that, especially if you're wearing one of those COVID-19 masks. Speaking of which, let's get straight to the news, everybody. So, first things first, There's no article for this because nobody's written about this, but COVID-19 is old fucking news. Dude, 2020, the news cycle is moving fast as fuck. And COVID-19, that shit is old news already. People are tired of hearing about it. Dude, we have moved on to Black Lives Matter protests. We have moved on to Elon Musk changing his baby's name for the third time, Grimes selling art. We have moved on from Tiger King to the magic, the Michael Johnson the Michael Jordan documentary, of course. Really competitive guy, I've heard. I haven't watched it yet, of course, because I'm always late with watching these documentaries. Anyway, we've moved on to the Michael Jordan documentary from the Tiger King. Speaking of which, Carole Baskin has won a lawsuit versus Joe Exotic Zoo in a court ruling. Thank you, Hypebeast, for making this article, setting the well-documented $1 million USD trademark infringement lawsuit. Joe Exotic has lost his marbles, but what's new? Nothing, because if you own 20,000 tigers, which he does, I'm blowing up the numbers here, but yeah, if you got 20,000 tigers, you're probably fucking cuckoo. Boo, 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 boo. Nobody who owns a private zoo can be called 100% mentally sane. So, Joe Exotic's former zoo, GW Exotic Animal Park, which is now called the Tiger King Park, has been awarded to Carole Baskin in a court ruling. Baskin's big cat rescue was successful in proving that Joe Exotic, whose real name is fraudulently transferred the zoo to his mother. That wasn't included in the documentary. In 2011, the move was an attempt to stop creditors from taking possessions of his properties. If he had lost the well-documented battle against Big Cat Rescue, which played on the Tiger, okay, well, didn't read any of that, but I guess he lost the lawsuit. So that's a little bow to tie up the Tiger King legacy in. Moving on through the news cycle, going from Tiger King, how do we bridge this gap? Okay, well, the Tiger King has a lot of time on his hands with a lot of tigers. They take care of themselves. They're very lazy tigers. If you've ever been to a zoo, they're sleeping all the time. Also, they pee out of their butts. I have been peed on by a tiger once, and it did not stand up and take a whiz on your boy. It turned around, showed its ass, and gave me some of that pissing ass. Gave me a delicious, not delicious, golden shower that was crazy, traumatic as a kid. And if I have any kind of trauma, I would blame it on the tiger peeing out of its butt on me. And moving on from getting peed on through the butt, Sony has postponed its PlayStation 5 event, says now is not a good time for celebration. Little update. Great job, Sony, for being an industry leader. We want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. Okay, some people still want a game. That's cool, though. Who's tone deaf here? Me or the Sony? Am I being offensive? Don't know. Not trying to be. Anyway, really easy to get taken out of context these days. Speaking of Elon Musk with his child changing names constantly, SpaceX. SpaceX, you said? Who's had sex in space? And when you finish, do you just watch it float? Do you catch it in the punani? If you cream in space, who's there to catch it? Huh? Who's had sex in space? I'm sure somebody's had sex in space, right? Is it mostly dudes that have had sex in space? It's kind of military dudes, right? Don't ask, don't tell. Anyway, SpaceX breaks down its spacesuits in the latest mission. Here we are playing a video.
Things that is important in development.
Really, all we care about is how does it look. And it looks like Pacman's lost his color, getting embarrassed at the grade 6 talent show. I can relate to that. Losing color at the grade 6 talent show. I was supposed to sing Where Is Love by the Black Eyed Peas. Forgot the words because I joined this little talent show squad pretty quickly. I had like a week until the talent show started. We were supposed to sing Where Is the Love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. It's really relevant these days. I'm shaking my head at white supremacists. Fuck them. Anyway, think the whole world's addicted to the trauma. Only attracted things bring other people trauma. Overseas, we're trying to stop terrorism. So my verse was I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, your people get colder. Most of us care only about money making. Selfishness got us running in the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Selfishness caused malaria infecting our young minds faster than bacteria. Kids want to act like the sea in the cinema. Yo, and I didn't make it that far. because I'm a funny guy, right? No, because when I was in 6th grade, which is where a lot of my stories take place, maybe my mental development has halted at the 6th grade. Who knows? Anyway, during the 6th grade, I had a thing. I gave myself Tourette's. Okay? I had an involuntary tic that I gave to myself out of sheer goofiness. You ever just start doing something as a joke, and then it just becomes not a joke, and you can't stop doing it anymore? Yeah, that was me for this basically Tourette's type thing. If I ever fucked up saying something, I would go or like literally. Like basically that's how that would go. Like if I was trying to say a sentence like say hello, how are you? I would go, oh, I'm doing good. Like I would just do that. So also I hadn't practiced the song for Where's Love. Didn't know you need to practice when you're doing a live performance. Good advice, right? So instead of going, I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, your people get colder. I went, I feel the weight of the world on my and then I tried to save it, and I was like, as I'm getting older, your people get and then I was like, oh fuck, this is embarrassing. This is an auditorium of a couple hundred people, parents. In retrospect, I don't know any of those kids anymore. I know maybe 2 of those kids these days, and they're not kids anymore. That's the thing. I'm 24, they're 24, and most of them don't remember that day. But anyway, I called it after. So all it went was, I feel the weight of the world on my as I'm getting older, your people get and then I just started crying, and I left the stage, and that was the end of that performance. And I am so sorry to Alina and Sadie for fucking up your performance, because they practiced. They were good singers too. They're like, what's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. Like I was the 3rd verse out of a group of 3 people. I was the 3rd verse, and that was the climax, dude. Everybody had hit their verses nicely. I feel the weight of the world. As I'm getting all the people, and then we all started crying, and they started, and in retrospect, they were crying too. Did I make them cry? Did the failure make them cry? Anything can happen when you're in grade 6. In fact, that time in your life is the wild fucking west. And I've gone through falling over while you're cross-country skiing inside of the field at junior high. We would call that a jai-ho, because Slumdog Millionaire had just came out. I don't know if that's Slumdog Millionaire or... Yeah, it's probably Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire, they had a song, jai-ho. So you fall over, and everyone would just sing jai-ho because nobody makes sense in junior high. Also, the humor. Like, I don't know if your school... I don't know if your school had like a distinct humor, but for us, it was like, we didn't tell jokes. We just like went up to each other and went, hey, how you doing? Like we would just like tap each other on the shoulder, like fart, and then go, and just like run away. Like it was just like the most spastic. Is that racist? Is that sexist? Is that prejudice? I don't know. It was just the most random, spasmatic. Am I offending anyone? Raise your hand if I'm offending you. It was just the most, like we had this one guy, Brandon, and if he's watching this, dude, you were iconic, Brandon. And then one of my best boys, Colin Ross, who made the 3D logo for this show, dude, they were the kings of this humor. Like they would just like run up to you, go in your face, and go, and then just like run away, dude. That was the humor, dude. Anyway, yeah, just like that's like a weird humor that I grew up with, and maybe it explains why I'm the way that I am today. Hanging out with some hot sauce. I guess you want me to drink it now. Is that what you're all saying? You're gonna hold it like a drink. You better drink it like a drink. Anyway, the top's not screwing off. So is that my fault? Then no. Okay, so back to the news cycle. Back to the news cycle. The SpaceX spacesuits are designed for optimum functionality with Dragon. Is there anything? Siri jumping into my conversation. Yo. Siri just does that, bro. Like I'll just be in the middle of a conversation these days, and Siri will think that I'm saying something to her. Like I'll be in the middle of a conversation, like yeah. If you look at my wall, you see that I made all these paintings, and then Siri will just be like, the sun will set at 8 p.m. today. Cool. Who asked you? Thanks. Like you ever. Everyone stands in circles in school, right? Or if you're in a clique, you always stand in a circle, I guess. Like, you ever been standing in a circle and then someone's just on the outside, like, haha, yeah. And then you're like, to quote Chris D'Elia, because I'm so inspired by him, who are ya? Like that is how I feel when Siri joins the conversation. Like, who asked you? Huh? Not me. Okay, so Siri leaves the conversation, and that's wonderful. And when the robot uprising happens, it is me who gets Siri's big dick inside my butt. So sorry, Siri, in advance. Hey, Siri, sorry about that. Yes? So Siri is now sassing me. I apologized. And that's now Siri's talking over me, so that's really embarrassing. I don't know if I have a noise gate over this or if you guys can hear that, but that is me getting in an argument with my robot overlord. So, nothing interesting about SpaceX. I guess I just criticized the news. That's my thing. You know what's really interesting these days? Mushrooms. Whoa, dude, I can just feel the energy around me. I've done mushrooms. I don't condone it. I don't encourage it. Do what you want with your life. Don't do illegal things. I can't condone that on YouTube. But I do find mushrooms pretty interesting. They're an interesting organism, right? They decompose, right? They think. They form connections, right? They're kind of like a brain, right? And I thought that there would be something interesting on this article about fungi, and all I'm finding is just a couple interesting photos. Those are actually quite cool. What I can say is mushrooms look like tiny dicks. Okay. Up next, check out these glasses. Bzz. Also, that reminds me, dude, check out these dance moves.
Oh shit! Thank you, Brody Shaw, for your generous coffee donation for this week. And if you want to be on the podcast feature,
I actually don't know when the video stops.
follow that link
I could ask
in
it to
the
stop.
description.
I could have played it alongside. Anyway, thank you, Brody Shaw, for the coffee donation. If you guys would like to donate, you can donate in the coffee below. What is coffee? It is a donation service where you can donate as much or as little as you want. The littlest being $3, because that's how much a coffee costs these days. And it's just a way of supporting me doing the podcast. If you guys want to encourage me, little pat on the bum, little flick in the dick, then you can buy me a coffee on there, yeah. Or you can drop a comment, you can get a friend to subscribe, anything. You can buy a shirt off my website, joshdohy.com. Awesome. But did you guys check out those glasses? Those are violent looking glasses. They look like they would pair well with a vest with bullets on it. They would pair well with devil horns. They would pair well with being in a metal band, right? They would pair well with your dad being Gene Simmons, right? There's a pink version if you're trying to get hot, trying to get sexy, trying if you're in Miami, there's a different style there, right? Different styles all around the world. There's a streetwear style. There's places where you wear your hat backwards and nobody questions you. I wear my hat backwards around here. I feel like a big dumb frat boy because everyone's woke here, right? Here being Vancouver. Vancouver, the place where you can be woke and that's that. I had a lot to say, but nothing important or interesting or timely. Moving on, there is a brand called Undercover, and I've never bought anything from them, but they say we make noise, not clothes, which is not true because they definitely have printed that motif on clothes. So, got you and got you, right? So you've been caught. So contemplate your actions. Contemplate your actions and contemplate your actions. Moving on, our last piece of the internet, Chasing's M2 water drone of the under the water, it boasts 4K Ultra HD. So not only does it have 4K Ultra HD, it brags about it. Like, dude, cool. We know that you've got really high resolution. We know there's 8K TV. 8K TVs is the highest standard. 4K still pretty good. I record in 1080p because I refuse to believe that anyone's got a bigger computer monitor than that. That's just not within my range. You know, I watch YouTube on the laptop. I watch my porn on the laptop. Didn't know people consumed most of that stuff on the phone. Maybe I should put this on the podcast app, or Joe Rogan's moving to Spotify. Maybe I should move to Spotify, but I don't want to pay a lease on those things. But anyway, there is an underwater drone. If you want to go down and explore Mariana's Trench, you can take a time machine and go back to 2008 and listen to that music. Or you can get Chasing's M2 underwater drone that boasts... brag about it. You can shoot in HD. Oh, cool. Well, I only shoot in 1080p. I could shoot in 4K, but I'm shooting on a Sony A7S II, which is a full frame mirrorless camera. But I bought myself an EF lens, but it's an E mount camera. So what does that mean? Let me tell you, because most of you who watch this probably know cameras more than I do, but what I do know is when you put an EF lens on an E mount, it's a cropped sensor. It's a cropped lens. So if I go to 4K, you get little black edges around it, and therefore you don't get that full frame look. So all of my lenses, aka the one lens that I have, it's cropped. It's cropped. Let's go to a commercial break.
The size of my thighs will never decrease. Oh, the size of my thighs will never decrease. The size of my thighs. The size of my thighs will never decrease.
And we're back. We were talking about the Chasing's M2 water drone boasting 4K UHD. Dude, don't brag about it, dude. We get that you can that you can swim and capture footage. Dude, people tell me they can see underwater. What? 'Cause yeah, I can open my eyes underwater, but I can't freaking see. I couldn't operate a stethoscope. I couldn't send you an X-ray. I can't read a text. Even if our phones are completely sealed, waterproof. iPhone 11, is it waterproof? Is the iPhone 11 waterproof? iPhone 11 Pro waterproof? According to Apple's technical specifications, the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and iPhone 11 Pro Max all have water resistance rating of IP68, an 8 water resistance rating that can go up to 3.3 feet, which means if you fall in a kiddie pool, it's no big deal. But you fall in the deep end at the UBC, that's the University of British Columbia public pool, which I hope opens soon. You fall in there with the pool, you go beneath 3 feet, and you better say goodbye to your iPhone 11 Pro. Maybe you shouldn't have your phone in your pocket when you go to the public pool. put it in a locker. I found out when you're at a public pool, it's obvious when you pee in the water. Because I guess when you're a lifeguard, you're just kind of paying attention to people because it's your job. Didn't know how obvious it was that you're just peeing in the water because you never leave and you're drinking a big one of these. Guess it was obvious the whole time that I was peeing in the pool. I thought everyone peed in the pool. It's ridiculous. I didn't know you had to get up and go to the bathroom. Yeah, it's gross that you pee in the pool. Yeah, everyone does it. Or they don't because they grew up and realized how obvious it was that they're peeing in the water. Either way, there's chemicals in the pool to handle it. Yeah? I pee in the bath? Huh? What is the acceptable size of a body of water for you to pee in? Is it okay to pee in the ocean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but if everyone peeing, yeah, not the whole population of 7, 8, 9 billion people. 9 trillion people. How many people are there in the world? Dunno. 8 billion people jump in the water and pee. Yeah, the planet's gonna be urine, all of it evaporate, and it's gonna be peeing urine. It's gonna be raining urine for the rest of forever. Yeah, not everyone's doing that, but it's probably okay to pee in the ocean. So, what is the acceptable size of a body of water to pee in? For me, I'll pee in a bathtub. And I'll get in that bathtub. Better yet, I'll enjoy the bath. Aha. Yeah, I'll enjoy that freaking bath. I'm going to have a good freaking time in that bath. And you're going to be jealous because you're not in the bath. I'll pee in a pool. Josh Dohy has been banned from public pools. I don't do it anymore because I realize how obvious it is in the public pools. And I like to try to observe social norms because I analyze and I try and integrate. I guess I socially integrate sometimes at a freakishly fast rate because I pick up on things. You picking up what I'm putting down, Josh? Yeah, because I listen. Except for when you tell me things, anything. I don't listen most of the time. But if I'm trying to integrate into a social setting, you're goddamn right I'm going to listen. In fact, I'm going to pick up on the style of telling jokes, and I'm going to tell one to you, and that's going to be real freaky that I'm telling the same style of joke that you are. Talking to you, Store. Yeah, it's freaky that I integrate quickly. Also, I've been watching Store parkour videos for my whole life, so of course I know how to tell a Store joke sitting in the car with them. I got water in my shoes. Better pour it out. Something like that. Oh, need to get water out of my shoe. Where can I pour this water out of my shoe? Where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyway, what is the acceptable size of a body of water to pee in before it gets a little freaky? I'll pee in a puddle. Public pools off limits. Observe social norms. Get out. Have you guys seen that Adam Sandler movie? Is that an Adam Sandler movie where they pee in the pool and the pee turns extra dark in the water? That's my worst nightmare. Everyone knows how much I'm peeing in the pool, even though I'm not these days. You guys thought I was going to say something. I was going to. That changed my mind, huh? Yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah. I had 6 glasses of wine. Okay? Oh, Josh is so much crazier when he drinks alcohol. Maybe you should drink more before he does the podcast. Is that what you guys want from me? I'm not going to throw my life away for that. I'll take my shirt off though. Let you lick my nipple. I'm gonna take a little big sip of water here. You guys get anxious when you're training for a new job? I do. For sure. You know why? Sure, they teach you a lot at a new job. Yeah. It's great learning a new job. It's great learning a new skill. Yeah. Everybody should enjoy learning new skills. Yeah. Get it. But sometimes there's things at a workplace that you're supposed to know quickly that don't make sense. Now, what's the easiest way to memorize something? If it makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, you would expect, right, for seating at a restaurant, for the infrastructure, for you to ring in food and drink on the what did you guys want to order? You put it onto a computer, right? Table's got numbers. If you didn't know, if you're at a restaurant, your table has a number. You would assume that a table has a number that makes sense. Yeah, you would assume that the tables go 1, 2, guess what? 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No. Instead, the tables go 151, 153, 41. Go over to the next area. Where are you? The front patio. 231, 233. It's going up by odd numbers. No! 234! And up against the wall, you got 212 and 213. It doesn't make fucking sense. I don't know how I'm going to memorize this. And our instructor, who's teaching us, who's doing a great job, is like, you guys need to know this. If you guys know anything, you need to know the table numbers. And I'm like, I'm freaking trying. But it doesn't make sense. And it's hard to memorize something when it doesn't make sense. I can memorize acting lines. I can do any of that. Give me a list. Give me anything. Give me a monologue. Give me a 10-page monologue, and I'll get it done by tomorrow. But if it doesn't make sense, dunno. Hey Josh. Hello, Josh. How are you going to? Are you going to memorize the seat numbers? Dunno. May not get the job. I mean, I've got the job and I'm training for it, but may get kicked out of training because dunno how to get these seat numbers and it's basic knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, the table 180 is in the back patio. How do I know that? Because I'm trying real hard. But when the things don't make sense, I'm like, oh. And then when it's like, hey guys, come on, you gotta know this. I'm like, I don't know how. And you guys, I'm gonna have a hangover tomorrow. I got a low tolerance. I'm a cheap date. I was gonna say I'm an easy date, but I'm not. I'm a hard date, and we'll get to that. Anyway, that'll be the next thing that we talk about.
That's gonna be the next thing that we're gonna be talking about on the menu.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a hangover tomorrow, and first thing, we're tasting beers tomorrow. Whoa, so going from one drunk to another. Are you addicted to alcohol? No, I'm doing this so I can know what we're serving at the job. Yeah, I get tipsy quick. I'm a cheap date. But you know what I'm not? Not a boring date. You'll probably tell all your friends about this date. You'll probably tweet about it. It's been done. I've had my dates tweeted about. I've had my dates tweeted about a year later. There was this one girl, and I thought she looked like Daenerys Targaryen. She had blonde hair. She was Hitler's wet dream. Is that insensitive to say? She had blonde hair, blue eyes. Anyway, she looked like Daenerys with the dark eyebrows and the blonde hair, and she didn't actually look like Daenerys. I was just watching Game of Thrones and really just trying to frick a dragon queen. But we went on a date, and I thought things were going great. We were waiting for our table at this cool little hole in the wall drinking place called the Emerald Door. Had a green door. Had a big Rothko painting on the inside. Really cool, actually. And we did this cool little hand thing. We were just kind of waiting in line, having fun. Casual conversation. Told her a few stories from my life. And then she decided I was lying to her. After telling her the story about the kungfu. Accidental threesome. And then she starts making up stories on her own. I leave to go to the bathroom because I've got a tiny bladder. And in between, she's ordering double drinks for herself the whole time. Didn't know till the very end. And then she just decides, because I'm saying crazy shit, she can say crazy shit. And she tells me she was Freddie Mercury's cousin. I don't know when Freddie Mercury died, so I believed her. She thought that I was saying crazy shit so she could say some crazy shit too and say whatever she wanted. And then a year later, I connect with one of her friends on Tinder, and she tells me, and friend tells me that this lady is tweeting about this date a year later. Cuts deep, bro. Anyway, little soft spot when cute girls say mean things about me. Ooh, boo-hoo. Ooh, bigger problems in the world to deal with. I've had other interesting dates. I get nervous, and when I get nervous, I just talk. I'll just keep talking. I won't give you any space. You put me in a conversation, I'm fucking nervous, I'm just going to keep talking. I won't give you any space to talk because I can just keep going. Let me talk about myself for a sec. Well, I'm a professional parkour athlete. I got a clothing company. I'm going to tell you a lot about this thing. Well, I'll tell you about one time where I was in Michigan and this kid got kidnapped, and holy shit, that was a crazy story. And he eventually got found in a Burger King, and we didn't know where he went. And I'll just keep going with the stories because when I'm nervous, I just fill the air. That's why I need ladies with that crackhead energy, with the ones who make the TikToks, not the ones that watch them. I need the girls that make the TikToks, because I'll sit down on a date and I'll just blah, 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 blah. We're doing autofocus? How many times has that been doing that? Sorry. Let's change that real quick. Anyway, I'll just keep talking loudly and maybe the autofocus will change. Anyway, just trying to make sure everything's in focus here. Great. Yep, everything's in focus now. We're on manual focus. Am I in focus now? Dude, how long has that been happening? Whoops. Anyway, did you guys even hear me during that? Maybe I'll just record some audio over that. I've been on dates that have been boring. Like, I've literally had to say after that, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, but I don't think we should ever do that again. And during the date, I had this old thing that I would do where if a date was going wrong, I had this adult coloring book. Why was it adult? Because it was buildings. Kids aren't interested in buildings unless they are. And I would just color. If the date wasn't going right, the coloring book gets whipped out and I just start coloring. And I stopped talking to them. Look, see how proud I was. Don't talk to them because... Anyway, the coloring book would get broken out if I wasn't having a good time on a date, or sometimes if I was having a good time on a date, I would whip out the coloring book and ask them to participate. In one instance, I was having a good time on this date, whipped out the coloring book, and I was like, "Hey, join in with me." And she was like, "It's so pretty. I'm afraid of ruining it." And I took a black marker and I just went. And then she went, okay, I see how it is. Yeah, I'm not afraid of ruining a coloring book page. I'm also not afraid of ruining a work of art that I've made, because it's art. It's ephemeral. It's a thing. And then a coloring book, that is like a step down. You're just coloring. In fact, I've had moments where I am working on a masterpiece. I'm working on a masterpiece coloring book page, and a kid will just roll up. You know, because parents just let their kids run around still in 2020. Even though back then it was probably like 2017, 2016. And I'll just give them a marker. You thought I was going to say give them crack? No, it's not the 80s. Also, I don't deal crack. I just give them a marker and they just start coloring with me. And that's kind of fun. It's fun to watch a kid fuck up your art page. It's kind of fun because, I don't know, the kid's probably having a better time than I am because the kid doesn't understand the struggles of the world. You know, the kid doesn't have passions he's working towards because his whole life is passion. Energy, high energy. Oh, I wish I was a kid again and everything would be great. Everything's great for the kid, so he can just keep working on the page. And I'm not gonna ruin a good time for a kid. He can fuck up the whole page. I don't give a fuck. It's a coloring book. I've had dates where we go for a walk, and at the end of it, I'm like, And I just, after the day, I just sit in silence and wait for them to leave. That was back when I wasn't down to, like, speak up, stand up for myself, I guess. these days I would probably just be like, I'd rather just be alone right now. Thank you for your time, but I don't think that we should see each other again. I would probably say that, but there have been a few dates within the last 6 months where I have not spoken up during the date and just been like, this is not a good fit. No. Because it's hard, right? When you're dating, see from my side, see from their side, putting yourself on the line, you're really hoping you're going to meet someone you could, I don't know, hopefully see a future with, hopefully you could spend some time with, fuck around, fuck each other, do some fucking fun stuff. Oh, he's swearing. YouTube, flag him, flag him, flag him! Yeah, hopefully someone who you can have a good time with. And, yeah, you're putting yourself on the line. I get it. It's a vulnerable time. So, it's tough to be very direct. It's tough to give criticism, to speak directly when you're both in a very vulnerable position. Like, I've been to comedy shows with a girl, or I've been to dates, to comedy shows or gone on food dates, and the whole time just been like, well, this ain't it. I'll enjoy it, but like, don't see a future with you. Or, guys, you ever read that book, He's Just Not That Into You? Something, we'll have a great date, and then, I don't know, I just don't want to text you after. That's how it be. Guess I'm just not that into you. Maybe the book's right. Did I have anything else to say? Don't think so. Sorry if I've fricked up your eyes with the focus. And unless you're troubled by alcohol use, then be thankful that this episode wasn't as depressing as episode 9 was. And maybe I can reach this level of craziness without alcohol, right? Maybe we can have a good time without drugs or alcohol, huh? It's good to preach having a good time all on your own. Look what I'm doing with my hand. I don't know what this means. You can have it. Take it. Get away. Come here. Walk away. Fuck you. I love you. I was trying to do it with one hand. Anyway, we have reached the 48-minute mark. Thank you for staying with me if you haven't. Most people haven't because they don't consume long-form content. But I just wanted to say, anybody who has been here, who is here for episode 10, or even who has stayed from episode 1 to 10, thank you, Wes, in particular, for consuming these episodes. Thank you to any other friends for watching these, if you have or if you haven't. It's really nice to just put on a podcast in the background and just kind of do your thing, do the dishes, whatever. It's probably a lot easier if you're using the podcast app. It wouldn't be my first choice to watch me, but maybe if I get better, it would be, right? I would like to be my first choice for watching things entertaining. Wouldn't watch these back because I live these moments. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. I really fucking appreciate you. If you'd like to encourage me or donate, you can go to the coffee in the script. Thank you, Colin Ross, for the song. Oh, did I say Colin did the 3D logo? Jovy did the 3D logo. Colin did the song. I have a really funny video called The Day in the Life of Colin Ross. I'll probably download that and put that in the commercial break. I think that would actually be pretty funny. I'm sure he'd be fine with it. Probably ask him. But yeah, just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, let's see where this goes. The next goal is to get to episode 25. This is just like a nice little video journal for me. I journal in my daily life, and this is also just another form. It's good to have stuff to look back on and just see like where are you at in this point in time. And for me, like, just got a new job at Earl's. Acting career hasn't taken off yet, if ever. Pretty early on in my stand-up career, still trying to do stuff, not writing as much as I could be. And I gotta get studying for Earl's. And yeah, it's been a pretty intense week. It's gonna be another 2 intense days. But the podcast has become pretty simple to edit because I like having a big version of my head here and a little moving background, and that's that. It makes it quite simple. If I talk about news articles, then I can, I guess, bring them up. But yeah, I guess I said how much I appreciate you guys, and thank you for joining me. This has been episode 10 of the Get Up Podcast. Bye-bye. I'll just do stuff as the music fades in. Booby, 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 booby.